also provides young adults with valuable life skills and experience. Employees must be 18 years old to drive and operate a four-wheeler. Contact us on our website at centralcrop.com.
Demolition, underground utilities, excavation. D&G Excavating, it's our name, but that's not all we do. Offering many services in Southwest Minnesota, call us for your next commercial or residential project. Landscaping supplies, underground utility construction, tree removal, just to name a few. Check out a full list of what we offer at dngexcavating.com and contact us for a free estimate on your next project today. 507-532-2334. Trust us to ensure your next job, big or small, is done right. Let's agree. For your next project, call D&G. 507-532-2334.
You've got it tuned to ChristiansenBroadcasting.com and KJO Radio for this afternoon's Section 3A baseball elimination game between Murray County Central and Edgerton Southwest Christian. Joining us, we have Coach Zwart of the Flying Dutchman. And Coach, obviously this game means so much because the season is riding on the line, but it's also the matchup of the two champions or the co-champions of the Red Rock Conference. Does that add a little bit more to this game?
Oh, yeah, of course. It will add something to it, but we kind of addressed that yesterday at practice too. It's a big thing, but for us, the more important thing is building a base to build on. We have a lot of young players, so it's kind of a big deal for us and going forward in the next two seasons ahead. But yeah, it's definitely a big thing. It kind of puts all the critics to rest, so to speak.
Now, when we take a look at this Flying Dutchman squad, I remember going back to the first week or two of the season and talking to some coaches, and the comments were made of the teams that are always kind of at the top, and then a couple of coaches said, you got to watch out for Edgerton Southwest Christian this year. They're going to be young, but they got some talent coming up. It'll be interesting to see how they do. Well, it really came together very quickly, didn't it?
It did faster than we had expected. I actually was talking to my son Max one day, and I said, I think we'll be competitive. We might surprise some people, but I said I think we're a year away yet. But these kids are really, how should I say? They work hard. They pay attention to detail. I think their greatest strength is each other. They get along. They take care of each other, so to speak, and everything just clicked. And, it came together very quickly.
Now, is there a player or two that's kind of the leader of the team, or do they take it on as a group?
I don't. If you want to talk leaders, it's not a vocal leader. I think our biggest leader would probably be Skylar Fikema, but I can't get 2 words out of him. I mean, I don't think he said 2 words all season, but he leads by example. He goes out and works hard, and a great example was the Wabasso game Saturday. Gives up a leadoff home run to start the game, and then he just kind of bowed his neck and settled in and threw the heck out of the ball.
Let's be real. When it's time to start adulting, teens need a bank account, like a Real Deal bank account, one that's free and offers some perks. Check out Real Deal Checking from First Bank and Trust. It's free checking with ATM fee refunds, a free custom image debit card, and cash rewards when you qualify. You get free mobile banking with all its cool capabilities, and seriously, your personal finance teacher would be so impressed. Real Deal Checking by First Bank and Trust. Real banking, real easy. For full details, visit bankeasy.com or stop in today.
Marshall, Minnesota. Explore the unique experiences that our community has to offer at visitmarshallmn.com. From dining to shopping, recreation, and more, visitmarshallmn.com includes information on all you need to plan your trip to Marshall. This summer featuring Sounds of Summer, the Lyon County Fair, and Prairie Jam.
What's up, Marshall, Minnesota? This is the Eli Young Band, and we are excited to announce we're headlining the 2023 Prairie Jam on September 21st. On the campus of Southwest Minnesota State University. Tell your friends and get your tickets now.
The Kubota Advantage. If you're a small property owner, the Kubota Advantage is standard with all the compact L-Series Kubota tractors from Kessler Enterprises. Hi, I'm Darren Kessler. Kessler Enterprises, your Kubota dealer in Marshall. We have a range of low horsepower tractors well suited for small farms, light construction, commercial, landscaping, and snow removal. The Kubota L-Series compact tractors are known for affordability, durability, ease of use, and versatility. Don't settle for anything less than a Kubota Advantage. To view the complete lineup of Kubota products, go to KesslerEnterprises.com.
Welcome back to Irish Yards. Taking a look at the starting lineup for the Edgerton Southwest Christian Eagles. Jacob Ulk will be in center field leading off, followed by Trevin Prince and Skylar Fikema. You'll have Blake Schultz hitting in the cleanup spot, followed by Josh Groen, Nathan Hookman, Josh Van Dam, Connor Ockengay, and Caden Sass out in left field for the Dutchman in tonight's game. Will be Cash Decker, who's being DH for today. For the Murray County Central Rebels, out on the mound, it's the youngster, Crew Schneider, will get the start for the playoff game for MCC today. Obviously, when you're dealing with pitch counts in high school baseball, you shuffle things around. You get the best guy out there at the time, and for the Murray County Central Rebels, it's going to be Schneider who will get the start in game number one. Over at third base for the Murray County Central Rebels, Abe Paulzine, Derek Kleiss at shortstop, Connor DeGrief and Christian Tenniger on the right side, Carter Bendick catching, and all senior infield besides Snyder. On the pitcher's mound, Tanner Graffentine will be in left field for the Murray County Central Rebels, Jaden Deacon in center, and Dylan Kleiss in right. And this is a senior-dominated lineup for the Murray County Central Rebels. They finish in a tie with the Flying Dutchman for the Red Rock Conference Championship this season. Now they square off here in the losers bracket of the Section 3A playoff. Schneider, the big right-hander, taking his final warm-up tosses. Again, just an 8th grader for MCC. Schneider on the season, still on a handful of innings at the varsity level, 4.2. Allowed 2 unearned runs, struck out 9 and walked 2 during his time on the mound. Jacob Alcon in the batter's box on the right-hand side for Edgerton Southwest Christian. Ulk will dig in. Our first pitch is going to be outside in low, and one of the things early in this contest that will be very important for Schneider is just to get into the rhythm of the game. Obviously, he's going to have plenty of butterflies early on. Second pitch, down low, taken for a ball by Ulk. Jacob Ulk on the season, .299 with 13 hits, 5 doubles, 8 singles. Schneider goes into the wind. He'll deliver outside corner, and it's called strike. 1-2 the count for the Murray County Central 8th grader. Schneider. Nice delivery, and here's going to be a shot up the middle, and it's going to be a base hit for Ulk. Jaden Deacon will pick it up and throw it into Connor DeGrief at second base, and the first base runner of the game is going to go to the Dutchman. Ulk down at first. Obviously good speed. He's stolen 14 bases on the season as Trevin Prince steps in. Prince batting .397 on the season. Schneider will come set. He'll deliver. And the pitch is taken for a strike as Schneider quickly works ahead. Ulk the single to center. Prince the left-hander. Schneider will take a look over at Ulk. About a 3-step lead. Does a little dance, and he's going to go. Pitch is taken for a ball. Benda's throw is light. Ulk is in with the stolen base. And it's called a strike. 0-2 the count. So Schneider getting ahead of Prince. The pitcher for the Dutchman in this elimination game. So a hit, a stolen base. And now the ball fouled off. And we go to 0-2. Again, Snyder has played all season for the Rebels at the varsity level, playing third base. And one of the future pitchers for this Rebel varsity squad. Benda gives him a sign. He'll get shaken off once. Now Schneider ready. Looks back at Alk, and he's going to get the strikeout, the swing and the miss by Prince for the first out of the inning. So after the single and the stolen base, Schneider settles down and gets the out. Skylar Fikema will step to the plate. Batting .457, 21 hits, 11 singles, 7 doubles, couple triples, and 1 home run on the season. Schneider will check back on Alt. Rebels. They go with the delayed pickoff move, and they're going to make it. Schneider picks off Alt. Derek Kleiss with the tag. So a beautiful play. Pitcher to short, and it's 2 outs. So top half of the first inning, a single, a stolen base, now a pickoff. Fikema stands in, and he'll foul one off to the right. Oh, 1 the count, and you have to credit Schneider after the first batter. He threw a couple of balls. Came back, got a strike, then a second, then the single up the middle. He's settled down, and he's been right around the plate since. 2 down here in the first. Pitch, and it's going to be hit deep to left field. Graffatine running back, and this one's going to be gone. The home run for Skylar Fikema to deep left field. And the Dutchmen take the lead. 1-0 the score is Fikema with a blast down the left field line, and it was well gone. What a great swing that was. Second hit of the inning for the Dutchman, and how big is that pickoff play at second now? Could have been a 2-run bomb with just 1 runner out. Stepping to the plate will be Blake Schultz. Schultz, .333 on the season, 12 singles and a double, 7 RBIs. Here's a ground ball out to Paul Zine. He'll pick it up, sets, throws across the diamond, and the Rebels will record the final out, but not before a couple of runs scored. 2 hits, nobody left on base. And the Murray County Central Rebels trail the Edgerton Southwest Christian Flying Dutchman by 1.
For the Rebels, Benda, Kleiss, Tenniger.
Proud to be part of the Murray County community and Murray County Central Schools. Tim's Plumbing and Heating will take care of all of your heating and cooling needs. It's like a good sports team. You want balance. You deserve to be comfortable all year long, no matter if it's 90 degrees or 0 degrees. Call Tim's Plumbing and Heating today. 507-227-1361. That's 507-227-1361. Welcome back to Irish Yards. 1-0 our score. The Edgerton Southwest Christian Flying Dutchmen take the lead on a solo home run to left by Skylar Fikema. Trevin Prince will get the start on the mound for the Dutchmen. 2-3 on the season with 3 saves. Struck out 34 batters, walked just 6. He hit 3. His ERA is at 2.783, the left-hander. Will face the Murray County Central lineup. Led at the top by Carter Benda. Derek Kleiss, Christian Tenniger, Abe Balzine, Jaden Deacon, Connor DeGrief, Dylan Kleiss, Crew Schneider, and Tanner Graffentine. Benda at the top of the order, of course, supplies a lot of speed for this Rebel team. Benda on the year for MCC. Batting .282, 3 triples, 3 doubles. Total of 11 hits, stolen 19 bases on the season. And that's a catcher. You know, we're talking high school baseball, and we're talking about catchers leading your team in stolen bases. So Benda will step in for Murray County Central, looking to get the run back that the Rebels gave up in the top half of the inning. Prince will look in. Lefty delivers. Down low, taken for a ball. And for this MCC team, patience, and I think for both teams hitting today, you're facing younger pitchers. Make sure you're getting your pitch to hit. Here's an inside pitch. Benda avoids it somehow. I'm sure there's somebody down on the sideline saying, just wear it. Don't rub it as you walk down to first. As Prince goes into his delivery, he'll throw it on the outside corner for a strike, and the count goes to 1-2. Excuse me, 2-1. And Prince starting to get into a groove here. Delivers. Benda's going to swat it out short. Picked up nicely by the Dutchman. The easy throw across, and the out is recorded. 6-3. As the Rebels take their first out of the contest. So Derek Kleiss will step to the plate for MCC. Kleiss missed all of last season due to an injury, batting .489 this season. Couple triples, couple of doubles, 22 hits total, 19 RBIs. He'll take the ball outside. Currently 1 out. We're in the bottom half of the first. Southwest Edgerton, Southwest Christian on top 1-0 as Skylar Fikema home run to left. Here's the pitch taken for a strike, and the count goes to 1-1. Kleiss had a couple of big hits on Saturday. One that had the Rebels thinking they had the game won and were not able to hold on in the 7th. Also was back on the mound for the first time in several weeks due to an injury. Pitched well in relief. Could see him later today. 2-1. Prince delivers high and tight. And quickly 3-1 the count with 1 down. Christian Tenniger on deck for MCC. As Prince will deliver. Ripped foul down the right field line. And the count goes to full. Murray County Central is obviously a team they look to swing the bat. Prince looking for another ground ball if he can get it. He'll deliver, and it's going to bounce to home plate. And that'll put a runner at first for MCC. Christian Tenniger, batting .525 on the season, 21 hits, 11 singles, 6 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, 15 RBIs. Driven in 23 runs, he'll take the strike on the outside corner. Prince has a really good off-speed pitch. It's his out pitch. But the Rebels says there's a pickoff. Kleiss will run down to second, and our second runner of the game has been thrown out. As the lefty, with the nice move, records the second out. So Kleiss is retired. On the 1-3-6 scoring play after the walk. So Christian Tenniger will take down low. 2-1 the count. Excuse me, 1-1 the count. So the running games have not done well here early on. Granted, we're an inning in. Pitch number 2 taken for a strike. Nice movement on the curveball. 1-2 the count. Trevin Prince looks in. He'll go into his wind and deliver. And it's going to be fouled back. Murray County Central falling behind in the first inning. Trying to get a base runner on here with 2 down in the first. Prince will deliver, and it's ripped into left field. That's going to be the first base hit for the Murray County Central Rebels. As Tenniger will single to left. And that'll bring Abe Paulzine to the plate with 1 home run on the season. Paulzine, another one of the Rebel seniors, batting .412. 14 hits, 6 singles, 7 doubles, a home run. Driven in 16 runs on the season. And now the pickoff throw over to Tenniger. He's back. With 2 down. Be interesting to see if the Rebels try to steal again on the lefty. Little hesitation. Now a pitch back to the backstop. That'll move Tenniger over on the pass ball. Now a runner in scoring position. And a count 1-0. Trevin Prince comes set. He'll deliver inside, and it's taken for a strike, and the count goes to 1-1. Nice pitch by Prince. 1-0 our score. We're in the bottom of the first inning with 2 outs. Abe Paulzine, Rebels cleanup hitter. Christian Tenniger leading off of second base. Here's the delivery, fouled back, out of play, and the count goes to 1-2. And each team has had a player thrown out on the base pass. Kleiss picked off by Prince. Oak was picked off by Schneider. Paulzine digging in. Prince will deliver after a delay. Fouled back into the right. And the count rides along at 1-2. And these are the Co-Red Rock Conference champs this season. Splitting against one another. Here's the set. Prince will deliver into the dirt. It hops past the catcher. As Blake Schultz couldn't keep it in front, and that allows Tenniger to move over to third. 2-2 the count. Ken Paulzine drive in his 17th run of the season with a base hit. Matter does can Schultz keep the ball in front of him and not allow Tenniger to score? And here's going to be a bloop out into left field. Tracking back, and that's going to be a base hit. Josh Groen, or excuse me, Caden Sass, the shortstop, was tracking back, couldn't get there. And the Rebels take the lead, or excuse me, tie the game at 1 apiece. Second hit for Murray County Central. For Abe Paulzine, it wasn't a blast, but it was effective. That brings Jaden Deacon, the Rebels' number 5 hitter, to the plate, starting center fielder. Paulzine will get the lead down at first. Delivery is outside, but it's called a strike. 0-1 the count. In a very young Flying Dutchman team this season. Pitch swung and fouled back by Deacon. Jaden Deacon, 294 on the season. Had a double triple and the home run, the walk-off home run against Minnesota just a couple of weeks ago in Slayton. Here's the delivery. Rebels take off, and it's fouled back. Paulzine had a nice jump on the move as the Rebels go with the hit and run with an 0-2 count. And for Coach Counter, I'm sure thinking if we can steal the base, we got someone in scoring position. If not, we got our number 5 hitter with some speed leading off the next inning. 0-2 the count. Runner at first. Prinz takes a look over. He'll deliver well outside. And it's 1-2. Connor DeGrief on deck. Dylan Kleiss in the hole for Murray County Central. Delivery by Prinz. It's in the dirt, and they're going to appeal. No swing. And the count goes to 2-2. And for Prinz, he went with the breaking ball, and that's his out pitch. He's looking for the strikeout. But the Rebels are going to make him, as much as possible, throw it for strikes. Last Saturday, a lot of those pitches were bouncing. Here's Paulzine on the run. Deacon will hit a high fly to center. Oak will track over. Deep into left center, and it's over his head. That's going to score a run as Paulzine will come all the way around, and Deacon will check in at second base. And Murray County Central is going to take the lead 2-1. High, deep fly ball. It just seemed to kept going. Ulk seemed to have a beat on it, but it went about 2 feet beyond him. There wasn't also that much of a roll to show kind of the height of that hit. It'll go down as a double and an RBI. Much needed run for the Rebels as they take the lead, especially with their young pitcher on the mound. Get him as much run support early as you can. Connor DeGrief for the Rebels. Was great in the playoffs a year ago. He'll foul one back. And it's quickly 0-2. So Paulzine from first. He was off on the pitch. He comes around to score. Deacon checks into second. Prinz looks back at short. Deacon with a nice lead. Here's the delivery up high, taken for a ball. 1-2. On your Woodstock Communications scoreboard, 2-out rally by the Rebels with a couple of runs. Paulzine, a single to score Tenniger, a double by Deacon. Now DeGrief fouls it back and out of play. It's 1-2. All balls have to be returned. Are we getting quarters? That's the question. And they are. All of a sudden, this becomes a job and a profession for some DeGrief. Will take and check the swing in the dirt, so it's a ball. 2-2 count, or was it a foul? So 1-2. So DeGrief did everything that time, except put it in fair play. Here's the delivery. Rebels, Jaden Deacon off with the pitch. He's going to steal it. Really with ease. Prinz never looked back at all, and Deacon kind of got a head start before Prinz even started to the plate. So the count now 2-2 with a runner at third. Rebels 3 hits in this bottom half of the first inning. Here's the delivery, and DeGrief will swing and miss. And we're going to go to the second inning as the Murray County Central Rebels have come back to take the lead 2-1.
For MCC in the bottom of the first, they take 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and they do leave 1 man on the bases. Drew up for the Flying Dutchman, Groen, Hookman, and Van Dam.
Back at Irish Yards, Murray County Central coming back to take a 2-1 lead in the bottom half of the first. Drew Schneider on the mound for Murray County Central. Picked up a strikeout in that first inning. Also had a pickoff. Did allow the one run on the Skylar Fikema, a home run to left, but the Rebels answer with 3 hits and a couple of 2-out runs in the bottom half of the first as we go to the second inning. Benda throwing it down to short center field. Yeah, got to test out the arm, work out the kinks. Coming to the plate, it's going to be Josh Groen. Groen, .333 on the season. Got a couple of home runs, 15 RBIs, 10 singles, 5 doubles on the season. Struck out 17 times. The delivery by Schneider's well outside for the ball. Here in inning number 2. Schneider, pitch number 2 outside. Quickly 2-0. Look back at that first inning, you have a 2-1 score, and then you think about each team had a player picked off. Get a player picked off, and then your next batter steps to the plate and hits a home run for Murray County Central as it's 3-0 now. Rebels have player picked off, and then they get 3 straight hits. Score a couple runs, easily could have been more, obviously. Schneider into his delivery. He'll throw inside, taken for a strike. And with the new pitch count in high school baseball, it's not new anymore. We probably can get away from saying that at this point. But when you're ahead 3-0, taking those pitches, it's only going to help you in the long run. As the pitch all the way to the backstop, it's going to be ball 4 and a walk. And Groen will hustle down to first base. So the top half of 2, leadoff runner on via the walk. I'll bring Nathan Hookman to the plate. Hookman batting .277, 13 hits on the year, 5 doubles, 8 singles, driven in 13 runs. Schneider into the set. He'll deliver down the middle for a strike. And in that first inning, Schneider was a different pitcher when he was ahead of the count. The good swings for the Flying Dutchman came when he fell behind. This is game 1 and 2 here at Irish Yards today. Wyndham and St. James will follow. Pitch number 2 outside. Rebels will try the pickoff back to first. Grown back in plenty of times. Tennecker catches the throw. Obviously, these 2 teams have seen each other twice, but you throw in summer ball. Maybe some amateur ball as well last summer. They know each other pretty well. Drew Schneider comes set. The delivery by the 8th grader well outside, back to the backstop. That's going to move Groen to second on the wild pitch. And the count goes to 2-1. No outs here in the top half of 2. Standing in the third baseman, Nathan Hookman. Tennecker playing in, expecting the bunt. Pitch will be high, and it's 3-1. So 2 straight batters to open the inning, go 3-1. Groen drew the walk, advanced on the wild pitch. Groen took that first strike, and now 3 straight balls by the 8th grader. Schneider comes set. And there's going to be time called. Kleiss had short, cutting in behind Groen at second. But no pickoff play on. So Hookman will get back in the box. 2-1 Murray County Central on top here in the top half of 2. Here's the delivery by Schneider, and the swing and a miss by Hookman, and the count goes full. Nice pitch on the outside corner by Schneider. For Murray County Central, you have Paul Zine in Kleiss at third and short. DeGrief and Tenniger on the right side at second and first. Benda behind the plate and all senior infield. Schneider delivers inside. It's taken for a ball. Didn't miss by much. But that puts runners at first and second. Here in the top half of second, no outs. Josh Van Dam will step to the plate. Van Dam batting .368 on the season. 14 hits, only one extra base hit. Pitch outside, taken for a strike. Could we see a bunt? Neither of these teams sacrifice much. Van Dam does not have a sacrifice on the season. Here's a delivery, high fly ball on the infield. That'll be an infield fly. Kleiss will make the grab regardless, and the Rebels get their first out. Boy, that's a big out for MCC with runners at first and second. Nobody down, and they get the infield fly. Connor Ockengay will step up, batting .125 on the year. 4 hits, 1 double. He's driven in 3 runs. Struck out 14 times. 1 down. Here's the delivery by Schneider on the inside corner, taken for the strike. Well, one thing that changes as you get older, you get better and better at hitting spots, because that time Benda's on the outside corner, the ball's on the inside. It was a good pitch, just not exactly where the Rebels were intending. Here's a delivery. Schneider, same spot, same result, and it's quickly 0-2. 1 down here in the top half of the second. Schneider pick up a big strikeout here. 1 strikeout in that first inning. And get out of some trouble. Just 1 down. Here's the delivery outside. Well off the plate, and it's 1-2. Schneider with that right-handed delivery throws a little bit across his body. He'll shake off Benda. Here's the delivery, and there's going to be a strikeout, and Benda throws it to first. He doesn't need to. First base was occupied. So 2 outs. As if we haven't heard about that enough in the last week. So Schneider gets the strikeout, but the runners advance to second and third with 2 outs. That'll bring Caden Sass to the plate. Caden Sass, the shortstop. Batting .232 on the season. He'll hit 1 out towards short left field. Derek Kleiss will make the running catch to end the inning. And Murray County Central avoids runs with 2 runners on and no outs, and we go to the bottom half of the second inning with the Rebels on top.
For the Rebels, Kleiss, Schneider, Raffington.
Welcome back to Irish Yards. The Murray County Central Rebels on top 2-1. Rebels, Cruz Schneider navigating his way through a couple of leadoff walks to open the top half of the second. Does not give up a run. Big strikeout, infield fly to his shortstop, and then a short pop out to left field. Also to Kleiss. Now the Rebels come back to the plate looking to add some runs at the bottom of the order. Dylan Kleiss, Cruz Schneider, Tanner Graffentine coming up. Thanks everybody for tuning in on the stream today. As Dylan Kleiss, the lefty, will step in. Kleiss had a big home run a couple of weeks ago for the Rebels. His only home run of the season. He'll take a ball on the pitch outside. And the Rebels are really going to force Trevin Prinz to throw that curveball for a strike. And they're not going to swing at it until he does. Quickly 2-0. Oh, they call it strike. 1-1 the count to Kleiss. Delivery by Prinz. This one's going to be well outside. Count goes to 2-1. Dylan Kleiss batting .270 on the season. 8 singles, a double and a home run. It's one of those squeeze past Schultz, and it's 3-1. Kleiss had a great pitching performance against TMB. Got the no decision. Here's a swing, and it's going to be chopped out into the right field. Ball thrown in by Connor Ockengay. The Rebels will pick up their 4th hit of the contest. As Kleiss delivers a single to right. That brings Schneider to the plate. Cruz Schneider this year, 24 at-bats, 12 hits, 6 singles, 6 doubles, batting .500. Not bad for the 8th grader. Here's the delivery, and he's going to launch one out into left field. This is way back, and it's off the fence and left. Sprinting is Dylan Kleiss. He'll get into third on the dive, and Cruz Schneider's going to get a double. Boy, Schneider got into that one. Rebels 6th hit. Kleiss the single to right, and now Schneider the double to left off the wall. And that brings Tanner Graffentine to the plate. Rebels will bring in a runner for Schneider. Teague-Meyer coming in to run for MCC. Quarterback and wrestler in the baseball offseason. Graffentine, the Rebels left fielder, digs in. He'll look to bunt towards the left-hand side. They're going to check Kleiss back, and there you've got him caught in the middle. Kleiss is going to stay alive. And now Kleiss back towards home. The Rebels base runners moving up, and Kleiss will be thrown out. So the Rebels go with the safety squeeze, and Kleiss got too far down the baseline. That's a nice play by Trevin Prinz. We will wait for the official scorebook to write this one up. But it's a 1-5-3-6-5-2-7-4-2. On your bingo card, it's somewhere towards the bottom. First out of the inning recorded. So 1 down, we're back to the top of the order with Carter Benda. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. Here's the delivery by Prinz. Taken for a ball. Rebels, 2 hits. Another runner erased on the base pass. That's the 3rd of the day combined for the 2 teams. And now the umpire took a long look. Didn't raise that hand, so it's 2-0. Benda looking to put one in play and bring in another run. Base hit, a likely score 2. This pitch taken for a strike. So 2-1 the count to Benda. He grounded out short to first. Nice play by Caden Sass in the first inning to open the Rebels' plate appearances. Pitch in the outside corner, called a strike on the curveball. Some movement on that. And now it's 2-2. Big lead by Meyer down at third. Delivery, and Benda's going to swat this one into left center field, and it's going to drop. Another bloop for the Rebels. Meyer will come in and score on the single. And MCC goes ahead 3-1. Benda with another bloop. That's the second Texas leaguer for the Rebels. They scored their first run on a bloop by Abe Paulzine. So Tanner Graff's team moves into third. Benda's down at first, where I can't imagine he's going to be there too long. 19 stolen bases on the year. And you got a runner at third for some protection. Derek Kleiss. He walked in his first at-bat. Then was thrown out on the pickoff. Blake Schultz going through some signals behind the plate. And these two teams are in a little different situation. You have Murray County Central, a senior-laden team, while the Flying Dutchmen are a very young team. As Coach Zwart said before the contest during our pregame show, is like, I thought we were a year away, but we got there a little quicker. Here's the pitch outside. Schultz is going to throw it nearly into right field. It's going to be a ball at the plate, and Benda will pick up the stolen base. So runners back at second and third. Check that. 0-1 the count with one down. Delivery by Prince. Fouled, or high fly ball into right. Nobody out there. A long run. It's going to be caught. That should score a run on the sac fly. Throw towards home. Coach Belter at first says nice job to Derek Kleiss, the sacrifice fly to right field, but it brings in the second run of the game as Grafton scampers in to score. Benda stays at second. I think that's where the Rebels would have liked to see Benda, especially with the long throw to the plate, to take up on that and advance to third. Tenniger will take the pitch outside. 1-0 the count. Rebels up 4-1. 2 runs in each of here the first and second innings. 6 hits combined. Benda at second. Tenniger will take the pitch. 2-0 the count. Tenniger Mank in the first inning. Single. Will take the ball down low. It'll get by Schultz. That'll allow Benda to move to third. And the count goes to 3-0. So with Abe Paulzine on deck, they're going to use the courtesy runner here for the catcher because of the 2-out situation, getting him over to second. And obviously, Benda's one of your better base runners, definitely with the speed. But now that he's gotten as far as third, you can bring someone else in and let him get his gear on. Here's Prince to Tenniger, and it's going to be back to the backstop again. Short hops into Schultz, and the run will score, and Tenniger will go down to first base. So the Rebels go up 5-0 on the pass ball and the walk. Four-pitch walk. Paulzine blooped one into left field for an RBI. Back in the first inning. Here's Prince. He'll throw this one back to the backstop on the fly. It'll roll out to Schultz. And Tenniger will just jog into second. The ball almost beat him there. And Coach counter. I'm thinking, saying, let's pick up the plow. Planting is pretty much done. You know, let's sprint down there. Paul Zine up 1-0 now. Prinz is struggling here. Pitch up high. That makes it 2-0. MCC going ahead with 3 runs here in the bottom half of the second inning and looking for more. Paul Zine with Deacon on deck. The lefty delivers, and he'll be ripped down the third base side, but foul. 2-1 the count. 2 down here at Irish Yards. Wyndham and St. James. Wyndham sitting down along the third base line, taking in some baseball before they have to play later tonight. St. James over in the batting cages to the right. 2-1 the count to Paul Zine. Looking to add to that RBI number today. Here's the delivery to Prince down low. Schultz makes a nice stop with the backhand. Smothers it into the ground, but it's still 3-1. This is the spot. Well, you look at this Rebel lineup. Top 6 guys in the order. You do not want to fall behind. Here's the delivery taken by Paul Zine for a strike, and the count goes full. 3-2 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Rebels on top. 5-1. Here's Prince. Ground ball right back to him. He'll knock it down. Has time. He'll pick it up and throw it to first, and the Rebels extend their lead with 3 more runs as we go to the top half of the third. Rebels leading by 4.
Rebels in the bottom of the second. They played 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors. They drew 1 man on bases. Fans, another reminder, we are streaming this game live. BlueRayIrish.com/live or ChristiansenBroadcasting.com. Your friends and family can stay up to date right from their couch.
Back at Irish Yards. Crew Schneider taking his final warm-up tosses before the third inning. Things have gone about how the Rebels would have liked, at least so far in the first 2 innings, leading 5-1. 6 hits for the Rebels, 2 for the Dutchman. Rebels, Schneider was able to pitch out of some problems in the second inning. He walked the first 2 batters. Got a strikeout and a couple fly balls to shortstop. But Jacob Olk will come back into the batter's box, the leadoff hitter for the Flying Dutchman. Olk singled to center field to lead off this game. He would later steal second base, but then got picked off at second by Schneider. And Derek Kleiss cutting behind. Into the wind is Schneider. He'll deliver well outside, taking for a ball. For Schneider, on the day, for the most part, when he is missed outside. Here's the delivery, fouled back over our heads. Simon had it. I haven't seen him move that fast in a while. Don't worry, he's inside. And Jacob Olk He's going 1-1 pitch back in the box against the Rebel 8th grader. A couple of shakeoffs, and it'd be interesting to know, and obviously maybe we'll do some asking afterwards, but you have a senior catcher, you have an 8th grade pitcher. The 8th grader's shaking off a lot of pitches. Now, is that because he doesn't like the pitch he's been given, or they say go up there and shake it off a couple of times just to throw him off a little? Because I can about think if he's really shaking him off, the senior's probably thinking something else. Do what you're told. Here's the delivery by Schneider. Be taken for ball 3. So 3-1 the count. And Ulk showed his speed in that first inning after the single to center field. Quickly stole second. Then got picked off. Here's the delivery, and that's taken for a strike, and it's full. Nice pitch in the outside corner by Schneider. In the 8th grader. 9 strikeouts and 4 1/3 innings on the season. He'll go into the wind. And it's going to be chopped over towards third. Picked up by Paulzine on the high hop. Bill fired it over for the out. Nice play by the senior third baseman for Murray County Central. And MCC picks up their first out of the inning. 5-1 our score with 1 down in the top of the 3rd. Trevin Prinz will step to the plate. He struck out on 3 pitches back in the first inning. He was at the plate when Ulk stole the base, but then was later picked off. Pitch outside. That's ball 1. ChristiansenBroadcasting.com. If you're looking for baseball and softball action today, good place to go. Here's the pitch, fouled off down the third baseline, well foul. Count goes to 1-1. Edgerton Southwest Christian softball playing in the winner's bracket. Looking to advance with a win today to the section final, which comes up on Thursday. The loser of that game will play the winner of Wabasso and RTR later tonight for the other spot in that section final. Here's Snyder, 1-1, pitch down low, scooped up by Benda. Count goes to 2-1 with 1 down here in the top half of the 3rd. The winner of this game obviously advances to Thursday. Then more games in Section 3A on Saturday before wrapping up next week. Here's Snyder, delivers, ground ball up the middle. They'll be off the foot of DeGrief, who gave a slide. Kleiss will track it down. He tells DeGrief, you got second. I'll pick it up. It's going to be a base hit up the middle. DeGrief gave it a slide. It bounced off his foot into the outfield, but Prinz will pick up the single. That brings up Skylar Fikema, who has the Dutchman's lone run, a solo home run in the first. He was down in the count 0-2. Ripped it down the left field line. Here's Snyder, throw over to Tenniger at first. Checking Trevin Prinz back. Back without a slide. Fikema the DH here for the Dutchman. Hitting for Cash Decker, the left fielder. Snyder comes set. Here's the delivery high. It's off Benda's glove. Back to the backstop. 1-0 count, but now a runner at second base. The pitch was high, but off Benda's glove. With 1 down. Fikema digging in. Here's another rip. This one's going to be foul. But right now, what Schneider throws, Fikema likes. Home run in the first inning, and that one was probably hit even harder. Prinz down at second. Not a big lead to Grief. Holds on, and now here's a fly ball out into center. Deacon tracking over. He has it measured. He'll have the catch. Prinz will go. The throw down to third will be cut off by Paul Zien. So the fly ball to center for the second out. And a runner at third now with 2. Good play by Jaden Deacon to range over. Blake Schultz will come to the plate. He grounded out to third to end the first inning. Big spot here for Schneider and Benda. Want to make sure that Schultz has to get a base hit to score a run. Here's a delivery. Outside half of the plate, digging for a strike. Good spot by Schneider to open this at bat with the Rebels on top 5-1. 2 outs in the top half of the third. On your Woodstock Communications scoreboard. Schneider will come set, looks over briefly at third. Now it's fouled off to the right, and it's 0-2. Schneider has picked up a strikeout per inning. Hasn't had one here in the third. They'd really like to get it here and end it. At this point, Schneider clearly has 12 pitches. And there's a pitch outside. Schultz takes it, and it's called strike 3 for the third out of the inning. We go to the bottom half of the third with Murray County Central on top, 5-1. Wow. Blake Schultz strikes out, looking to end the top half of the third. We go to the home half. Murray County Central on top, 5-1. Cruz Schneider, the 8th grader, making it through the third inning with just 1 run allowed. And for the Rebels, what you're hoping for a youngster like that, someone who's inexperienced at least at the varsity level as far as pitching goes, get me 4 quality innings. If you can get 5, you're thrilled. If you get through 4, that's half the game. Then you can go to your bullpen. Derek Kleiss available for some innings today. But that's huge going into Thursday and Saturday, where the Rebels will have Abe Paul Zien and Dylan Kleiss ready to go. And the fewer pitchers you have to use and the fewer pitchers they threw, obviously helps you out. And that's what makes that first weekend of baseball so important in the playoffs. You need to get through, if you can stay in the winner's bracket as long as possible, it cuts down on the games you're playing. So here comes Jaden Deacon. He doubled to deep right center field. Drove in a run in the first inning. Pitch outside, taken for a ball. Go back to that hit by Deacon. Looked like Jacob Ball kind of had it measured, and he just kept going back further and further, and it fell 2 steps beyond him. Deacon will take another pitch outside, and it's 2-0. Trevin Prinz. Into the wind, down the middle, and it's hit back up the middle. Prinz with a nice stab. He'll throw over. And it's picked up nicely by Josh Van Dam for the first out of the inning. So Jaden Deacon grounds out. Pitcher to first, Connor DeGrief will come up. DeGrief with a strikeout in his first at-bat. DeGrief on the season. Started out red hot. 15 hits, 12 singles, 3 doubles. Batting .441 on the year. I believe he had 7 hits to open the season in a row. Ended the season began the season this year much like he ended it last year because he was red hot in the playoffs. And he was kind of that unsung hero at the bottom of the Rebel lineup a year ago that drove in some key runs. So Rebels picked up a few wins in the losers bracket a season ago. Here's the pitch down the middle, taken for a strike, and is 1-1. So Prince working quickly into the wind, and DeGrief will sky one out towards short left center field, and it's going to fall between 3 Flying Dutchmen. Nobody could get there, and DeGrief picks up the Texas League single. And I'm not sure if the Dutchmen maybe are just playing too deep at this point, or if they didn't get, it looked like Alk had a pretty good run, but that was a long run to go for all 3 of the Dutchmen, and DeGrief put it right between all 3. Here's a rip out into center field. Alk could come in. He's going to drift back. He's going to make the catch in center. DeGrief will scamper back to first. He was already to second base. So Dylan Kleiss flies out to center field. DeGrief remains at first with 2 outs. Cruz Schneider doubled in his first at-bat off the left field wall. Over 500 on the season for the 8th grader. Here's a delivery by Prinz, and Schneider hits it out towards third. It's going to be bobbled, and Schneider's going to get on via the error, our first error of the contest. We'll go on the Flying Dutchman. Ground ball down to Nathan Hookman. So first and second, Graffentine will come to the plate with 2 down. Teague-Meyer in at first base for the Rebels, doing the courtesy running for Schneider. Graffentine scored a run earlier, tried to lay down the bunt. Dylan Kleiss got caught off third base on the safety squeeze. But he was in the hot box long enough that Graffentine was able to scamper over to second base. Then scored on the fly ball, the sac fly. And I think we're going to have a balk called. So our first balk of the contest. So now runners at second and third and 2 outs. Coach Ron Zwart's going to come out and have a discussion with our field umpire. Interesting to know, just 2 umpires tonight. Saturday, especially for game 2, there was 3 umpires on the field. And so Coach Zwart evidently just wanted the explanation, nods his head and says, all right. But a big spot here for Tanner Graffentine, the number 9 man in the order. Can he put one in play here and drive in a couple of runs? Prince comes set. Pitch outside. Schultz will bobble it, but it doesn't go far enough. As DeGrief got a couple of nice steps down that third baseline, but he pulls up. 2-0 the count. Runners at second, third, 2 down. Big spot here for MCC. They can get a couple of runs at the bottom of the lineup. Here's the delivery outside, taken for a strike. Every umpire has a little different zone. This one is clearly wide, or wider than some. Was worked both ways. Here's the pitch inside, taken for a ball, 3-1. Carter Benda waiting on deck. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Tanner Graffentine trying to find his way on base for the second time today. Reached on the fielder's choice, and he's going to take the ball in the dirt. And the Rebels load the bases with 2 outs. Top of the order coming up for Carter Benda. Coach Swartz going to come out. Actually, be Max Swartz this time, the assistant coach. He was just here a couple of nights ago. Oh, he was gone. The Buttermakers are taking on the Irish, but he was missing. So the conversation, one lefty to another. Notice they both stood on the left-hand side of the mound. I don't think that's like mandatory, but it just seems to work out that way. So Trevin Prince giving up 7 hits so far today, 5 runs, and now the bases loaded, 2 outs with Benda at the plate. Rebels don't have anything to worry about with 2 outs. They're going to be taken off with any contact. Here's a pitch in the outside corner for his strike. Good pitch by Prince. And that's the rule of thumb. If the coach is going to make a trip out to the mound, you better start throwing strikes. 0-1 the count, and now here's Benda. He'll swat it out towards short. It's going to be picked up. The long throw by Sass across, and that'll end the inning. Good bounce back for Smith, who started the inning strong. He got the big ground ball he needed, and it's 5-1 as we head to the top half of 4.
For the Rebels in the bottom of the third, they put in 4 runs. There was 1 hit, and there was an error, and they do leave the bases full. 2 up for the Flying Dutchman, Groen, Hookman, and Van Dam.
Seven 247-5575 for all of your concrete needs in Southwest Minnesota, Southeast South Dakota, and Northwest Iowa.
Window design and performance made easier. Slayton Building Materials carries windows of all types, like the Marvin Collection. Exceptional performance, energy efficiency, low maintenance, and quality you can see, feel, and touch. Whether it's for your residential or commercial properties, Slayton Building Materials can help you choose the type of window that best fits your style and needs. Slayton Building Materials provides the highest quality windows and value-added services in a professional manner, which will surpass their customers' expectations. To discover all that Marvin has to offer, stop into Slayton Building Materials today.
Yep, 5-1. Excuse me, 5-1. Actually, this is an elimination game for the loser of this contest. The winner advances to Thursday. So the Rebels' Crew Schneider out there for inning number 4. Pitched well so far. Key inning right now for Crew Schneider was back in that second where he walked the first two hitters in the lineup, but then avoided giving up any runs. In the third, really settled in. Did give up the 1 base hit, but a ground ball to third, fly ball to center, and a strikeout. He's getting 1 strikeout per inning. And for the Rebels, giving the coaching staff and Paul Counter exactly what they were hoping to get. And for an eighth grader who's only thrown just over 4 innings on the season, you're hoping to get to about this part in the game. If you can get through 4, you're thrilled before you maybe have to go into the bullpen with maybe a Derek Kleiss, who did pitch some on Saturday, but still has pitches to throw. Rebels likely go with Abe Paulzine on Thursday after his strong performance in the shutout over Red Rock Central Westbrook Walnut Grove on Saturday. Pitch will be on the inside for a ball. Josh Groen walked, advanced to third back in that second inning. Schneider will throw outside, and it's 2-0. And for the Dutchman and Coach Swart, you're thinking, how do we get some runners on, but then make some strong contact other than Fikema? And it's quickly 3-0 as this one bounces back to the backstop. Skylar Fikema had the home run in the first inning with a couple of outs. But since then, just the one base hit for the Dutchman, a single. And then a lot of pop-outs. Here's a delivery, and that's going to be our first base runner as Grown will get hit. First hit batter of the game for either side. And hey, if you're going to give up the free base, if you hit him in the leg, maybe you slow him down on the run. So Grown down to first base. Hookman comes to the plate. He also walked back in the second. Schneider would love to see a ground ball. One of his senior infielders for a double play. Here's a delivery outside, taken for a ball. So 5 straight pitches outside the strike zone here in the fourth. So the 1-0 count. Schneider comes set. He'll deliver way outside back to the backstop. That's going to move the runner over to second. And it's 2-0. And now Coach Counter is going to come to the mound. And for the Rebels, you're up 5-1. You really would like to see Schneider get through this inning, but you also realize that you have that 4-run lead. You want to keep it as much as possible. And especially at the bottom half of the order, Grown, the number 5 hitter, already getting hit by a pitch and getting on. Hookman up 2-0 here, the number 6 hitter. Counter telling his 8th grader, let's just settle down, make him hit the ball. Let that defense work. They've worked pretty well. 2 pops to short, 3 ground balls to third. Over the course of the game, a fly ball to center. Hookman again, along with Grown, walked back in that in the second inning, excuse me. Schneider will take a look back, and he'll throw it outside, and it swung in and missed. And that time, Hookman, he went fishing that time. He came up empty. Especially when the pitcher's throwing 6 out of the zone, you probably let that one go. Schneider steps off the rubber. And 5-1 the score. Rebels 7 hits. The Dutchman 3. A couple of singles and a home run. And now the ball blocked down by Carter Benda. 3-1 the count. Winner will play Thursday. Loser is done. And the difference between the winner's bracket and the loser's bracket, if you stay in the winner's bracket, you can win 3 games. Foul ball down the right field line. Well out of play. You get in the loser's bracket, you're talking about winning as many as 6 games. Well, you have to win 6 to get through it all. Full count for Crew Schneider. Getting the start this afternoon. Takes a long look in. He'll glance back and now deliver. And it's going to be a hard ground ball towards short. Picked up by Kleiss. He throws it to second. And there's the out recorded on the fielder's choice. Not good base running by Josh Grown. Ground ball to short. Right in front of you. You let the throw go across before you take off. And a great play by the senior shortstop to pick it up. Throws it over to Paul Zien at third with the tag out. So no hit on the play, fielder's choice. And the first out recorded of the inning at third. Schneider will come set. Here's the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Oh, 1 count on Van Dam. First baseman popped out to short in his first at bat. That was the infield fly with runners at first and second. And now a fly ball out into left center. Jaden Deacon streaking over. He's there. He'll have the catch. He'll load up and fire it back in. And it's quickly 2 outs. So 2 down, runner at first. And after struggling early on those first 6-7 pitches of the inning, giving up a base runner, Schneider is a couple pitches, well, maybe 1 pitch away from getting out of another inning. Moving the Rebels on to the bottom of the 4th with a 5-1 lead. Here's the delivery, and it's chopped at the plate and foul. For the Flying Dutchman, Connor Ockengay. Struck out in his first at bat. Is it elbow up high? Bat slightly cocked behind his head. Delivery by Schneider, taken for a strike. Great pitch in the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Rebel 8th grader takes some time. He'll go sidearm for this one, fouled back and out of play to the right. Taking off from first base was Hookman. Coach Zwart trying to get some movement on the base paths. The Dutchmen haven't had a lot going for them since that home run and then the 2 walks to open the second. There's a delivery by Schneider. Fly ball out into center. Jaden Deacon camping under this one. And he'll pull it in. And a nice inning again for Cruz Schneider. Gives up the 1 walk, but no hits, no runs. And we head to the bottom half of the 4th.
At C&B help you find a mower or utility tractor, they'll help you get the job done right. Stop in and check out John Deere Z-Track mowers or take a load off with a new utility tractor with attachments available to help you with projects of all sizes. Go green at your local C&B operations. Find your local store and learn more about available offers at DeereEquipment.com. That's DEER equipment.com.
Have you suffered from debilitating headaches and migraines that have affected your quality of life? Many patients have benefited from Dr. Plotz at Shattuck Dental Care doing an assessment of their functional bite. Dr. Plotz has specialized training in this area and has helped reduce and even eliminate headaches for some people. It's worth having an exam with Dr. Plotz at Shattuck Dental Care to have your functional bite assessment today. Call Shattuck Dental Care in downtown Slayton at 507-836-1000. That's Shattuck Dental Care, 507-836-1000.
Welcome back to Irish Yards. Josh Van Dam will come out on the mound, the right-hander for the Flying Dutchman. Van Dam on the season 3-1. His ERA 7.5. Struck out 26, walked 13, giving up 36 hits. He'll face the heart of the Rebel order, Derek Kleiss, Christian Tenniger, and Abe Paulzine. Lowest batting average you're facing in those 3 batters is somewhere in the 440s. Van Dam. Obviously, it's going to be a different look than Prinz, who the left-hander. Really worked that curveball a lot in this contest. All lefties have a lot of natural movement on the ball. Or generally speaking. Now you switch it over to the right-hander. Derek Kleiss will step to the plate for the Rebels. Kleiss, sacrifice fly to right in his last at bat for an RBI. He also walked in the first inning, then was picked off on the 1-3-6 scoring play by the lefty Prinz. Here's the pitch in the dirt by Van Dam. And it's 1-0. Bottom half of 4 Rebels, 7 hits on their 5 runs. The Dutchman, 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error. Here's a line drive up the middle. It's going to be a base hit for Kleiss. Whistles right by Van Dam as the Rebels pick up the base hit to center field. Christian Tenniger has singled and walked, scored a run in this contest back in the first inning. Kleiss over at first base. The Dutchmen have struggled at times with the pass ball and the wild pitches. Throw over to first to Prinz. Back is Prinz and Van Dam just switch positions. Pitcher to first. Van Dam looks in for the sign. First pitch to Christian Tenniger. It's going to be off. No, it's going to be a strike. 0-1 the count. Van Dam comes set. Checks over to Kleiss. He's got a very short lead, and here's the curveball inside corner, taking for the strike. Nice pitch by Van Dam. Tenniger, I don't think liked that first pitch on the outside, so he switched it up on the inside and got him looking in both cases. Here's the delivery inside, taken for a ball. Tenniger standing in on that 0-2 pitch. Has his foot basically on the inside line of the batter's box, a couple inches off only. Schultz sits up down the middle, and Tenniger rips one into left. It's down for a base hit all the way to the fence. Kleiss will fly around the bases. He's going to get to third, and they're going to send him home. He's going to come in standing up as Tenniger delivers with a no-out double. Rebels pick up another hit. An RBI for Christian Tenniger, and it's 6-1. Great hustle by Kleiss as he went flying around the bases and in the outfield for the Dutchman down that left field line. Cash Decker, that ball bounced hard off the fence and kind of away for where Decker was running. That, if anything, maybe allowed Kleiss a few extra steps and a chance to come home. Ball outside on the first pitch. 1-0, no outs here. In the bottom half of the 4. Rebels up 6-1, pitch outside. It's dropped by Schultz. Taking off is Tenniger, and the throw is to the outside of the bag, and he'll stand up. Pass ball by Schultz. Count goes to 2-0. Had it in his glove. It popped out. Only rolled about 10 feet away. Just got to the grass, and Tenniger took off, and he'll need a new pair of pants. So there's a hole in this one, but he won't get it because I don't know if they have any extras. Slide, bring out the duct tape. Paul Zine. Heading the count 2-0. Grounded out to the pitcher's last at bat, and this one right back to the backstop, but a great bounce. Tenniger hustles back. And the count's 3-0. That's a great move by Tenniger because that one was so high that it hit off the backstop and bounced right back to Schultz. Don't think Tenniger would have had much of a chance to score at all. It's a little different story when it bounces around home plate or the catcher makes contact. Paul Zine. 3-0 count. He'll take the ball outside and take the walk. So runners at first and third, no outs. Rebels already have a run in. Schultz will come out. give the signs. The hair matches the uniform for the Flying Dutchman. Clearly hasn't shaved it since basketball season. He and Bryce Hookman were having the hair off throughout the season. The only difference between the two, a hair color and 6'8" and, well, not 6'8". Is Van Dam. Rebels show bunt. Throw back to third, and Tenniger back without a problem. Abe Paulzine will scamper down to second. So 1-0 the count on a Christensen Broadcasting scoreboard. MCC on top by 5, 6-1. Scoring opportunity here for Jaden Deacon. He's grounded out to first and doubled in a run in his 2 at-bats. He'll take the ball outside. And for this Dutchman team, they're running into the problem that every team fears come playoff time, especially when you're outside of your ace pitchers, or maybe your first 2. Is just throwing it over the plate. Infield is in, and this one's back to the backstop, partially deflected. Tenniger will let it go to the backstop and hustle back, which for the Rebels right now, pretty wise play. It's a 3-0 count now, but there's no outs. Maybe it's different if there's 2 down. Tenniger looking as, well, he's catching more of a breeze now than he was earlier. Jaden Deacon's sitting in, pitch taken for a strike on the outside corner. 3-1 count to Jaden Deacon, the Rebel senior center fielder. Doubling an RBI in his first at-bat, grounded out to the pitcher to lead off the 3rd inning. Now looking for a base hit here. And this one will be high, but it's short. Ulk with a long run. And he'll make the catch. Tenniger will tag, and this throw is way offline. The Rebels will advance. So Jaden Deacon, the sacrifice fly to center. And an RBI. Christian Tenniger will come in to score. And Abe Paulzine on the errant throw will move over to third base and still just 1 out.
Now batting the second baseman, number 2, Connor DeGrief.
Connor DeGrief will step in. Murray County Central now on top. Seven to 1. DeGrief will hit one out towards short. The play will come to the plate and a slide, but the tag is applied on Abe Paulzine. So DeGrief will get the fielder's choice and reach first base. But out at the plate on the 6-5 scoring play is Abe Paulzine.
Now batting to right fielder, number 13, Dylan Gleiss.
Paulzine went in a little bit upright and was late on a slide. I think if he goes in maybe head first, he might be safe. But Schultz was able to apply that tag up around his shoulders just because he seemed a little high that time. 7-1 the score. 9 hits now for the Rebels. Connor DeGrief gets the lead off first. Dylan Kleiss up. Here's the delivery outside. DeGrief off with the pitch. It's a good throw, and he's out. So Connor DeGrief is thrown out stealing. 2-6 to end the inning, but the Rebels had a couple of more runs as we head to the top half of the 5th inning.
For the Rebels in the bottom of the 4th, they take 2 runs on 2 hits. There are no errors, and they leave nobody on the bases. 2 up for the Flying Dutchman. Vaz, Ulk, wins. Fans that know from the concession stand, they do have more bacon cheddar brats ready to go. You ate us out. We got more made. They're hot at the concession
Service
stand.
dependable as the sunrise.
We'll fill the tank for you.
Welcome back to Irish Yards. The Murray County Central Rebels on top in the top half of the 5th inning, 7-1. Rebels scored 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the fourth. The Dutchmen, their lone run coming in the first inning on the Skylar Fikema home run to left. Dimensions here at Irish Yards, 315 right down the left field line, 360 to the power alley in left. 375 to center. Go on the right side. It's 355 to the power alley and 302 down the line. Now, I'm not sure if they went out and measured it exactly, but it's nice to see a 302. It is 302. It was stepped off.
Leading off, shortstop number 2, Caden Saz.
Caden Sass will come to the plate. He popped out to shortstop back in the second inning and is only at bat in the contest. Crew Schneider back out there for the 5th. Schneider into the wind. He'll deliver, and it's taken high for a ball. Schneider has given the Rebels what they want. They've gotten through 4 innings with their 8th grader. Now, in a lot of respects, it's all gravy after this. If you can get through 5, whether the game ends there because of a 10-run rule or something along those lines, or you go to the pen, you're thrilled. Schneider will throw inside, taking for a ball, and that's 3-0. Now, the one thing that Schneider has done for the most part in this game, the leadoff batter has reached in 3 of the first 4 innings. The only inning he didn't was Jacob Bulk's ground ball to third in the 3rd. Pitch behind Sass. He'll draw the 4-pitch walk and head down to first base. Now Schneider has been able to come back and retire the number 2 batter in all but one of the innings, and that's kind of the difference. He's been able to pitch around the base runners, and the Dutchman, other than Fikema, has not come up with a hard hit ball. Couple of singles, but nothing driven. Here's Schneider down the middle. It's taken for his strike. The Dutchman go back to the top of the order with Ulk. Ulk had a single to open the game. Stole second, was picked off by Schneider and Derek Kleiss. Second at bat, he grounds out to third. Sass leads off, and I think we're going to have another balk. And that's the call. Just not enough of a pause. And that'll move the runner over to second base. And honestly, it's the one call we probably need to see more in high school baseball early in the season. Whether it's an 8th grade pitcher or a senior, they get into a groove and they start going very quickly. Now in the playoffs, we see balks called, where if it's called earlier in the year, usually the pitchers adjust and don't do it. Here's a swing and a miss by Ulk. Two strikes on Ulk. Took a big rip at that one. Trying to get back a couple of runs. Delivery by Schneider, a swing and a miss. Pitch well outside in 0-2. Schneider picks up the strikeout. First out of the inning. That'll bring Trevin Prinz to the plate. Prinz struck out in 3 pitches in the first inning. Singled in the 3rd. Ended up stranded at second. Schneider delivers outside corner for his strike. 0-1 the count. Rebels infield. Pretty much straight up for Prinz. Pitch inside for a ball. And it's 1-1. Kleiss playing a little bit more up the middle than maybe he normally would, but not all that much. And the outfield just slightly shaded to right. Delivery by Schneider, inside block, but only partially. It'll get by Benda. Benda will fire it down to third, but well late. 2-1 the count on the ball. Sauce over to third. On the wild pitch, and it's 2-1. Fikema on deck. Schneider delivers, and it's taken for a ball. 3-1. Big spot here for Schneider, especially with the big bat of Fikema waiting in the on-deck circle. Delivery, flied out into left field, and it's going to be foul. Full count. Good pitch by Schneider. Prinz going the opposite way. And now Schneider in a big spot here. He'd love to get a strikeout with that runner at third to alleviate some of the pressure with Fikema coming to the plate, because Fikema has had some good swings. He flied out to center field in his second at bat after the home run in the first. Now time called. Flying Dutchman down 7-1, full count, 1 out here in the top half of the fifth. Runner at third. Schneider shakes no, then yes, and he throws it outside, and there's the walk. The walk to Prinz will put runners at first and third with Skylar Fikema coming to the plate. Ball counter asks for time. We'll see if the Rebels decide to go to the bullpen right here, and they are. We'll move the furniture around, reset the lineup, and be back at ChristiansonBroadcasting.com with the Rebels on top, 7-1. Yeah. Back at Irish Yards, warming up for the Murray County Central Rebels, senior Derek Kleiss. Kleiss missing some time. He was able to bat through his injury, but wasn't able to pitch. Kleiss on the season has thrown 15 innings. 15 innings, he struck out 27 batters, walked just 6, allowed 2 earned runs. So Abe Paulzine will go to shortstop. Schneider will move over to third. And for Murray County Central, as Coach Counter said in the pregame interview, with Schneider on the mound, it's about the best lineup defensively we can put behind any of our pitchers, but it's still not too bad because this group has been on the field together most of the season. Here's the pitch up high, off of Benda's glove into the backstop. Prinz will advance. And the count is 1-0. Runners now at second and third with 1 out. Kleiss comes set. He'll look over to second, then to third. Pitches on the outside corner, called a ball. Some grumbling probably from the Rebels fan base. As we've seen some other pitches probably further outside, called a strike. This one well outside. In part of this, too, Fikema blasted a home run. His second at bat, he crushed a couple foul before flying out to right center, which he actually hit pretty solid, too. You have first base open. Now a pitch right down the middle, and it's 3-1. You don't want to give up a big swing here that cuts your deficit or cuts your lead in half. Against the best hitter of the other team, you got an open base to play with and an experienced pitcher on the mound. Here's the pitch, swatted, foul, and it's full. Coach Zwart put the hand out and then quickly pulled it back in. People don't realize how hard that is to do. Play will be stopped as the ball hit as hard as it was down the left field line. It bounced off the fence and then went into fair territory. So they have to wait for it to get picked up. It's Mason Wedlin running down the left field line. He's waving to everybody like it's a parade. So Fikema now. Full count. Was up 3-0. Now has worked it full. Kleiss looking for the big strikeout, but the pitch is outside. So the bases are loaded with one down. We're here in the top half of the fifth inning. Coming to the plate for the Dutchman will be Blake Schultz. He's grounded to third and struck out looking. Rebels will likely play back here to get an out. In fact, well back. There's a delivery by Kleiss outside. Now, if you're MCC, you're looking for strikes for your senior. Kleiss inside, taking for a strike. 1-1. One down, bases juiced here in the top half of the fifth. Blake Schultz at the plate, the catcher for the Flying Dutchman. Delivery by Kleiss is outside. Rebels look for the pickoff. And boy, down at first base, Fikema was halfway between first and second. And at this point of the game, Rebels will gladly take that out if they can get it, even if they allow the runner at third to score. Especially with the bottom half of the lineup coming to the plate. 2-1 the count. Delivery up high, and it's 3-1. Kleiss working to Schultz. And the pitch is taken for a strike. Schultz on the season, only 7 RBIs. Check that, 333 hitter. Yeah, just 7 RBIs. Delivery by Kleiss. Outside for a ball. Kleiss is saying, where is it? That'll score a run. On the walk, Schultz will pick up the RBI. And so the Rebels lead. Down 7-2, and here's Groen. He'll chop one off himself in the box. For strike one. 0-1 the count. Groen was hit by a pitch and walked in his 2 plate appearances, and Kleiss spins the curveball in. Groen with a bit of a flinch, and it catches the inside corner. Seen a lot of the pitches on the outside called. Now inside, last couple of hitters. And here's Kleiss again. And he catches Groen looking. 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th. Bases remain loaded. Hookman will come to the plate for the Dutchman. Here's the pitch, chopped foul. It's 0-1. Hookman walked, then reached on a fielder's choice. Last inning, that was the ground ball in which Groen was thrown out at third from short on the 6-5 scoring play. Here's Kleiss outside. 1-1. And for Kleiss, obviously missing pitching time during this season. Came in as, if not the Rebels' top pitcher, their number 2. After missing all of last season, here's a curveball outside, a swing and a miss. Now 1-2, but missing time on the mound. He was still able to hit with his injury, but couldn't play in the field. So he got time at shortstop this past weekend, and now getting some time on the mound against TMB, and now here today. Obviously, control isn't going to be where he'd like it to be at this point of the season. It's because he hasn't thrown a lot of innings. This time outside, 2-2. You would think here on a 2-2 count, he's going to come back with that curveball. It's been very effective to the last couple of hitters. If you're bending, you got to pounce on it and step on home plate. And there it is, swing and a miss. And the Rebels again avoid danger with the strikeout. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Maury County Central on top, 7-2. $7-2 our score here at Iron Rich Yards. Maury County Central on top of Edgerton, Southwest Christian. Van Dam on the mound for the Flying Dutchman for his 2nd inning. YME on top of TMB 4-2 in the winner's bracket game. That at Yankee Field. YME had the huge week last week. They put up 41 runs in 2 games. I believe it was 21-1 and 20-0, which is crazy. So that going to the top half of the 7th. Dylan Kleiss back up to bat for Maury County Central. He was at the plate when DeGrief was thrown out stealing to end the 4th inning. Kleiss with a single and an RBI. He's also flied out to center in his 2 at-bats. Pitch outside, taken for a strike. Pitch number 2 outside. Van Dam working quickly into his delivery, and Kleiss will swing through it, 1-2. 0 pitch. Kleiss will foul it off down the third baseline. Looked up initially. I see someone warming up in the bullpen, but that's actually, I'm assuming, St. James starting pitcher starting to get loose for game number 2 here tonight. 1-2 the count to Dylan Kleiss. Sophomore, has put together a nice season both on the mound and at the plate. Here's the off-speed pitch, and it's looped into right field. It's down for a base hit. Picked up out in right field by Connor Ockengay and thrown in, and Kleiss picks up the single. Nice hit by Kleiss, got out front of it. Put it down the right field line. Cruz Schneider will come to the plate. Schneider with a double. Also reached in the third. Got as far as second base on that balk. .62 eighth grader. Throw over to Kleiss, who's back in plenty of time. He didn't have much of a lead, about a half step. Prinz, after pitching, picked off Derek Kleiss in the first inning. Now playing first base. Van Dam with a long pause. He'll throw over. Kleiss back in plenty of time. So 7-2 the score. Rebels with the bottom 3 in the order coming up this inning. Start a couple of nice rallies at the bottom of the order. Now a pitch back to the backstop. Kleiss is going to advance to second. On the pass ball. Pitch was a little bit high, but Schultz got his glove on it. Kleiss didn't even run right away as Schultz. I think he thought he had it, and then all of a sudden he realized he didn't and had to scamper back to the fence to pick it up. So a runner at 2, no outs. 1 ball count to Schneider. Pitch outside, nice stop by Schultz. 2-0 the count. Schneider on the mound goes 4 1/3. Leaves the game giving up 2 runs. Pitch outside, well off the plate, and it's 3-0. Not only does Schneider do a really nice job on the mound in his start today, but then at the plate, scores a run. Gets on base, both plate appearances. Coming into this one as he'll take the pitch inside for a strike, and it's 3-1. And no down here in the 5th. Schneider back in the box. He'll take the pitch outside. And the walk puts runners at first and second. So Tanner Graffentine will step to the plate. He leads the Rebels with sacrifice bunts this year. He has 2. The team has 4. Tried to have one earlier in the game on a safety squeeze, but Kleiss got caught too far off third. He'll pull back and take a strike. 0-1 the count. If you're a hitter and you get the sacrifice bunt, that's what you're looking to do, and it's not a pitch you like. You lay off and you pull back. And Graffentine probably made the right choice there. Just didn't go his way. 0-1 the count. Here's the delivery. Well outside, back to the backstop. Well, he got the job done either way. As Van Dam's pitch goes to the backstop past Schultz. And now we have a similar setup to what we had the last inning with this same lineup. Runners at second and third. No outs. It's a 1-1 count. Does Graffentine still look to put one down, maybe the third baseline? He's going to swing away. Pitch outside, back to the backstop. Right back to Schultz. If you're Grafentine right now, you can afford to be pretty picky. Van Dam with his pitching all over. He's been missing away, but it's been way away. YME gets the win over TMB 4-2. Took the lead late in that contest. Here's a pitch outside. Grafentine swings through it for the strike, 2-2. Nice pitch by Van Dam. And Grafentine put it in play. Dutchman playing. 3 men on the grass. Now here's a fly ball back over us. And out of play, 2-2. So TMB will be headed to the losers bracket for Thursday to play one of the winners today. Here's Van Dam coming set. Looks over at third. Now he'll deliver the curveball, and it's taken for strike 3. As Grafentine will strike out for the first out of the inning. And now we go to the top of the order. Carter Benda is grounded to short twice, singled and scored in the second. Rebels would love to at least get back the 1 run they lost in the top half of the 5th. Van Dam will hit Benda. He'll head down to first. So a single to right, a walk, a strikeout. Now a hit batter has the bases loaded with 1 down, Derek Kleiss. He's walked, singled, and scored, and a sacrifice fly to right with an RBI. Rebels would like to get more than that here. They'd love to see a base hit. Most likely would score 2. And here's a line drive to center right at Jacob Ulk. He's going to make the catch. Coming in to score is going to be Dylan Kleiss. And the Rebels will increase their lead back to 8-2. Second out of the inning recorded. That'll bring Tenniger to the plate. Van Dam pitching. Benda will check out. Gavin Gillette into the game for MCC to do running as the courtesy runner. We saw Gillette earlier in the contest just from third base. 2 outs here for Tenniger. Looking for a big base hit to drive in another run or more, and here's the curveball taken for a strike. Great pitch by Van Dam. Inside half of the plate. Now Tenniger is singled and doubled. As an RBI, scored a couple of runs and walked. And this is a line drive towards center. Gets way over his head. All the way to the fence in center. The Rebels are going to score 2. Tenniger is going to head towards third. No, he's going to slam on the brakes and hustle back. And another double for Christian Tenniger. Another big rip by the Rebels senior first baseman. And the Rebels now lead 10-2. Well, that time Tenniger hit it to the deepest part of the park. Schneider comes around. Gillette comes around, courtesy running for Benda. And now Paul Zine is up looking for another base hit for his day. He'll take ball 1. Paul Zine. Single and an RBI to short left in the first, grounded out to the pitcher, then walked. So 1 for 2 with a ribby. And here's one off the handle out towards short. Sauce will pick it up from his knees, fires over to first to end the inning. Murray County Central gets a 2-run RBI double with a couple of outs. And we go to the top half of the 6th inning with the Rebels on top, 10-2.
and service. Looking for corn, alfalfa, or cover crop seeds? Ask about our Byron seed lineup. Check us out on Facebook or chandlerfeed.com. Chandler Feed, feeding your needs since 1946.
The Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company in Pipestone is a tradition. For over 70 years, that tradition hasn't changed. They pride themselves in delivering refreshing, great-tasting beverages. However, some products have. We all know the great-tasting dependability of Pepsi and Mountain Dew. Other products like Propel and Bubbly Sparkling Water, Gatorade and other sports drinks, as well as Kickstart energy drinks and many more. No matter what you're up to or where you're going, these Pepsi products from the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company in Pipestone have been there with you, a part of you, and your traditions for over 70 years.
Back at Irish Yards, top half of the 6th inning. Murray County Central up 10-2. The Dutchmen get 1 in the top half of the 5th, but then the Rebels answer with 3 in the bottom. Derek Kleiss pitching for MCC to start his first full inning. Pitched 2/3 of an inning to finish up the 5th, or the 4th, excuse me. Yeah, to finish up the 5th. Cruz Schneider allows 2 runs, 3 hits, and is 4 1/3. Now for MCC, you got a nice lead. You want to work quickly, throw as few pitches as possible. Coming to the plate, Josh Van Dam. He's popped to short and flied to center field in his first 2 at-bats. He'll take the ball inside. And if you're Kleiss, obviously, you're getting back into your pitching routine. You want to kind of get into a groove and just almost like it's a big game, obviously, but a little bit like practice. You want to get your pitches, hit your spots. Here's a pitch on the outside corner, taken for strike 2, and it's 1-2. Do Josh Van Dam, Connor Rockingay on deck, Caden Sass in the hole. 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Dutchman. Kleiss shakes off about 4 pitches and then says, all right, I'm ready to go. Ryder Bendis says, I only have 5 fingers in which to signal. Here's Kleiss, curveball outside, swing and a miss. Strikeout for Kleiss as Van Dam is retired. Coming in to hit for the Dutchman will be Logan Blyenberg.
Now batting number 7, Logan Blyenberg.
Blyenberg on the season. Couple of hits, single and a double, and he's going to pop one over towards third. Schneider circled around that one 2 or 3 times and then falls off to his left-hand side for a strike. He was obviously worried about the fence, but fence wasn't all that close to him in the end, but then neither was the ball. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch down the middle. Swing and a miss through the curveball, and it's 0-2. Kleiss's fastball, the control hasn't been maybe where he'd like it to be, but the curveball's been pretty tough. Into the windup. Here's the pitch outside corner. It'll be 1-2, taken for a ball. Kleiss into the wind. This one well off the plate, 2-2. See if Kleiss comes back in here with that curveball on the inside half of the plate. He does, and there's the strikeout looking. And the big thing there, if you're a Dutchman hitter, you realize it's 2-2. You're probably not going to see the curveball on a full count, but it almost means it's automatic on a 2-2. Especially at the bottom of the order, you want the strikeout. If you can get it, make life as easy as possible on your defensive players behind you. This time the pitch inside off the plate, and it's 1-0. Slice into the wine, the delivery. This one well outside. Ball 2. Sauce up, top of the order lurking. Jacob Bolt, Trevor Prinz. Trevin Prinz had a solid day at the plate. Been on base 2 out of 3 times. Pitch outside corner taken for a strike. Good pitch by Kleiss. And it's 2-1. Kleiss looking in. Waits, now delivers. Fly ball out towards second. DeGrief will pick it up on the hop. Hops right up to him, and they'll throw him out by a half a step. It was close, but it's an out, and we go to the bottom half of 6. 10-2, Murray County Central on top.
Let us help you get back into the game. Hi, I'm Debbie Reinert, physical therapist and manager of the therapy department at Pipestone County Medical Center. We are an entire healthcare team ready to assess and treat injuries that sideline our student athletes. Physical and occupational therapy can help speed recovery and help young athletes perform to their best potential. Our therapists work closely with providers and orthopedics to correctly diagnose the problem, guiding a therapy plan for healing and strengthening. Soon, you'll be back in the game. Pipestone County Medical Center's Physical Therapy Department. Call 825-6054 to schedule your appointment.
Heading over to Marshall. Softball action tonight in the winner's bracket. Edgerton Southwest Christian gets the win over KMS 5-1. They'll advance to Thursday's section final. In the other winners bracket, Section 3 AA, Pipestone over Jackson County Central 11-4. So they will also be playing for a trip to the state tournament on Thursday. Now Jackson County Central and KMS, the losers of the games, are now turning around to play again to get to that section final. Of course, they would have to win 2 games on Thursday rather than just 1. Here at Irish Yards, the Murray County Central Rebels lead 10-2. Rebels get 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the fourth, and 3 in the fifth. The Dutchman with a single run in the first and the 5th inning. On the mound for the Dutchman in relief, Josh Van Dam. Van Dam has overall been okay since coming in, but a 3-run inning in the last stanza has had the Rebels pull ahead. Jaden Deacon on at the plate for the Rebels. Deacon 1 for actually pitch inside for a ball. Say somebody got hit. I don't think it was a batter. I think it's an umpire. Jaden Deacon is 1 for 2 with a sacrifice fly, 2 RBIs and a double in the game today. Also grounded out, pitcher to first. Pitch high and tight, and it's 2-0. And the biggest difference between the two teams today anyway, and in this contest, when the Dutchmen have walked batters, especially early in the inning, the Rebels have found a way to score. The Dutchmen have put players on. They've earned their walks. But then the Rebels have come back with a key strikeout or a pop fly to short or a play where runners can't advance. In the first 4 innings, the Dutchman, the leadoff hitter, reached 3 out of 4 times. But they only scored 1 run. Deacon out front, fouls it down the third baseline. 2-2 the count. Deacon looking out at Josh Van Dam. Van Dam into the wind. The right-hander will deliver. And it's taken for a ball as it hops up to the plate. Nice block by Schultz. And it's a full count. If the Rebels would score a pair of runs in this inning, the game would be over. Deacon, hard ground ball towards third. It'll be bobbled by Fikema and into left field for an error. Deacon hit it hard, but right at the third baseman. And Murray County Central will bring Aiden Dirks, the Rebel Junior, into the plate. Dirks hitting for DeGrief. Van Dam will throw over. Deacon back in plenty of time. Here's the pitch by Van Dam. Dirks will take it for a strike. And it's 0-1. Aiden Deacon. Aiden Dirks. Nice base hit last weekend. Jaden Deacon leaves off first. Here's a pitch outside against by Schultz. Jaden Deacon will advance. So an error and a wild pitch, and the Rebels have a runner at second with no down. Rebels will have another pinch hitter coming up. Here's the delivery, outside corner taken for a strike. And it's 1-2. Nice pitch by Van Dam. Dirks looks out. Van Dam will deliver. Curveball popped up towards second. Ranging back. Making the play is Josh Groen. First out of the inning. Mason Wendland will come to the plate for the Rebels. Wendland, 3 hits and 6 at-bats this season, 2 singles and a double, driven in 1 run. The senior for MCC. Aiden Dirks, by the way, 333 on the year. 6 singles, 18 at-bats coming into that pop out to second. Runner at second now, 1 down. Wendland. Right-handed batter. Van Dam will look back to second where Jaden Deacon is getting his lead. Gavin Gillette will bat for the Rebels. As long as no double play is recorded, and pitch outside corner taken for a strike. Another spot here for Wendland. Here's the pitch. It's off the fist over to Trevin Prince. He'll pick it up and retire Wendland for the second out of the inning. Deacon will advance to third. So a pop out to second base. Now a ground out to first. And coming to the plate for the Rebels will be Gavin Gillette. Batting for Cruz Schneider. And it's quite likely we'll see everybody re-enter for the Rebels for that 7th inning. Van Dam comes set. He'll look over at Deacon at third. Gillette will swing through a fastball and fall behind 0-1. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th. Van Dam delivers the curveball inside corner, taken for a strike. Great pitch by Van Dam. Teague Meyer is in the on-deck circle for the Rebels. If Gillette gets on, here's another curveball, and it's blooped out into right field. It's going to be a base hit and an RBI. And now, ball mishandled in the outfield by Akingay, but it'll come in. No harm done. Rebels get their 11th hit of the contest. Teague Meyer in for MCC to hit with a runner at first.
Now batting number 8, Teague Meyer.
So Gillette fell behind 0-2, but fought a single off into right field for an RBI. Jaden Deacon comes around to score the 11th run of the game. Meyer. Pickoff attempt back at first. Gillette back in plenty of time. Owen Gillette will bat for the Rebels if Meyer gets on base. Here's the delivery by Van Dam. It's inside, back to the fence. Gillette will advance to second. And it's 1-0. Well, now you're in a spot if you get a base hit, the game's over. Meyer, be an important player for the Rebels a year from now. Now the ball, short hop Schultz over his head, and the runner will move all the way to third base. It would be the game ender as Gillette sits over at third. 2-0 count. Meyer seeing most of his playing time this year for the Rebels JV. Pitch fouled off to the right. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the sixth. 11-2 MCC on top. Jaden Deacon getting on via an error. Second of the game. So Meyer will swing through one. 2-2. He comes around to score. Gillette, who singled, advances on a couple of wild pitches. With 2 outs, stands at third base. Meyer will swing, and he'll ground it out to short, and it's knocked down, but they're not going to throw him out. Teague Meyer is going to finish the game with a single and an RBI. Gillette will score the 12th run of the game for the Murray County Central Rebels, and they'll win by 10-run rule. 12-2. Nice game for the Murray County Central Rebels. Drew Schneider picks up the win. Derek Kleiss comes in relief to polish things off. Teague Meyer, an RBI single late in the contest. And Murray County Central will advance to the next round Thursday back here at Irish Yards. We'll take a timeout and come back with your post-game show. Ashley Hill would like to invite you to Clear Eye Care of Slayton, formerly Heartland Eye Care. Get the care you need from an eye doctor you can trust. Dr. Ashley Hill grew up right here in our community and is experienced in a wide variety of eye care services, including routine exams, contact lenses, and many eye diseases. Make your appointment today at 836-6784. That's 836-6784. Make sure everything you see is clear with Clear Eye Care of Slayton.
NVTV Wireless.com. Connecting rural Minnesota.
Do you own a computer, laptop, smartphone, tablet, or a smart TV? Of course you do. We all do. With the world that we live in